when the oils, the environmental oils started, a lot of people use soybean oil,
Mhm.
and soybean oil has 25% oleic acid in it. And oleic acid is your antioxidant. That's the antioxidant that keeps the oil from aging. Well, we use a lot of either canola or high oleic soy and canola, and the regular canola has 60%. So 25 to 60, and the high oleic products have 70 to 75% oleic acid. It's the same way when you're cooking, you want to use antioxidant type oils.
Mhm.
That's why you use a canola or a soy or even a sunflower oil because they have much more antioxidant in them. And that's why we use them. And as the industry has progressed, when the industry first started with the environmental oils, they used soybean oils and regular additives, and the products weren't very good. They weren't. They turned rancid. They smelled. They went bad very quickly. But we're on the fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh generation of these products. We have better base oils. We have better additive chemistry and a better combination in the final product. Natural esters or the vegetable oils do well in hydraulic oils, which is a very high volume of product. Also tends to potentially be leaked if a hose breaks under high pressure. You're going to put a lot of oil into the environment very quickly.
Mhm.
Greases is something that people don't think about that often. That can be made out of the natural esters or the vegetable products. And greases are used a lot, and a lot of the grease goes on to applications that's lost to the environment. It doesn't. You don't change grease, you add grease to an application. So you're
Mhm.
not draining out the old grease and putting new grease in. The old grease is just kind of going out into the environment or the workspace and things like that. In addition to the hydraulics, we have universal transmission fluid, which is a type of hydraulic fluid. And then we also have gear oils, which are in the applications. And then transmission fluids, especially in the construction industry, TO4 is a type of transmission fluid for heavy equipment. And those products are full synthetics, though. So they're biodegradable, bio-based synthetics. The difference being, rather than just a natural ester or vegetable oil, those products are actually reacted and chemically changed. They still are very good for the environment. They are a little bit more expensive, but they perform at a much higher level in specific applications. So the key is matching the product to the application. We have better lubricity, and my technical term for that is they're slicker. In other words, and the thing is, you're reducing friction. Reduce friction, you reduce heat, you reduce energy usage by reducing friction. We have a higher VI, and VI is something in the lubricants industry. It's viscosity index, and the viscosity index is a measure of how much the oil thins out when it gets hot or thickens up when it gets cold, and you want that to be minimized. So the higher the viscosity index number, the less it's going to change. That's a big advantage of our oils. They have very high flash points from a safety perspective in working with things. And they also obviously have the environmental benefits that if there is a release or there is a spill, then they're very low toxicity, it will biodegrade, they won't persist in the environment. And then from a making of the products, they're not made out of petroleum or hydrocarbons. They're made out of renewable resources that are grown every year. We get a crop of a lot of the esters, the vegetables that we're using. You get a crop every year, so they're renewable from that perspective. So say I want to change out, but I can't drain everything out of my system. Will they mix? Yes, they are. They're very miscible. So they'll mix together. You lose some of the benefits of our products by doing that, but
Yeah.
in a real world situation, that's going to happen sometimes. You either can't get our product or you can't get the other product, and if you mix them together, will they be okay? Yeah, they'll be fine.
So when you say mix, do you mean like mix it with another sustainable oil or mix it? You don't mean with like the petroleum, or do you?
I do. I do mean with petroleum. And again, we don't want that to happen. We don't recommend that to happen.
But if you have
But
to, it's good to know that it can like happen, I guess.
if you're on a construction, say you're on a remote construction site and you're using our products and you run out, it's going to be a couple of days, but you can get 5 gallons of something else and pour it in there and keep doing your job. It's not optimal. You lose a lot of the environmental benefits and some of the performance applications, but guess what? You can keep them working.
Do you think that that has popularized within the last 5, 10 years? Have people, been a little more interested and cared a bit more about what they're putting out into the environment? Has there been a mental shift like that?
I think there has been. I think that's again because of as the workforce changes. I think that would be correct, and I think that all that's very true. Now, the one thing that is happening, I think more customers want it. More of our customers are asking them to do it. Some of the government business, whether it's local, state, or federal, are requiring these types of things. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, I bet most of your business is because of government requirements, where people are required to use these products." I
Mhm.
would say less than 10% of our business is that way. Almost 90% of our business, in my just view, is that companies wanting to do the right things. And some of our products actually perform better. It's interesting because some of our products perform better than their petroleum counterparts. And we have some customers that use our products that could care less about the environmental
They
aspects of
just
it.
want to work.
They want it to work and it works well, but it's a nice add-on for them.